Okay, I'm good to go whenever you guys are. Feeling a nice and easy night, huh?
Yeah, first round like we all expected, and yeah.
It's just the second Peruvian necktie in UFC history. You're now tied with John Jones and Glover Teixeira for the most submissions in light heavyweight history. What does just this whole night, that performance mean to you?
This one means a lot because this whole entire summer I dedicated of such a hard work in Las Vegas heat, 42 degrees plus Celsius, just working hard, sweating, overtraining, going back, training. MMA is a very unforgiving sport, and you either all in or you don't take a fight. And that's exactly how I did for this one. I scheduled the whole entire program for myself. I stuck to it. I trained when, I didn't want to. And I knew all that is going to be for this day right here. And I knew it in my head, and I just wanted to extinguish this game plan.
Is that one of the tricks that you kind of have in your bag that maybe people hadn't know, or maybe Jimmy wasn't expecting?
Yeah, 100%. From now on, I don't know if you can tell, but I got, stronger. And now that I got stronger, I'll be able to apply all those moves that I've been working my whole entire life. So for my next fight, you guys will see some high-level ground pedigree in MMA, and I'm just excited that certain things worked, and I want to work a little bit more on certain things that I felt like slipped out from me, which I'll keep as a secret for next fight. But I'm just very happy that the whole everything worked out.
I don't think I've ever seen a Peruvian necktie finish from mount. Is that something you've done in training before? And how certain were you that submission was in?
I just there's one thing I look for, and if it's in, it's gonna be in. But the problem was, first of all, Jimmy Crute has a very strong neck, so that kind of helped him a little bit. But I kind of stuck with it, and even though he was trying to roll out of it, I was getting I still had the grip on his neck. So I just stuck with it. I just kept on it, and it kind of it worked out, But I have a lot more cool tricks from the mount, from side control, from the back, and now that I got a little stronger, I'll be able to apply those things now.
Does it make a difference for you fighting in Canada? You seem to have your best performances when you're fighting in home country.
Yeah, the fans are awesome, and just now that I have so many fights under my belt, now I can actually relax in there. I was coming out, I was so loose, feeling good, and from now on, I just want to maintain this formula that I worked on, and just maintain all that, and just add more things to it, if anything.
Did you feel like your job was on the line tonight? Because you had a couple losses there, and were you feeling the pressure heading in here?
I knew that what a lot of people kind of thinking, but in my head, I didn't care about that. It's a very rough game and very rough, unforgiving sport, and if I add another pressure on top of me, that would be just not fair for myself. And I just stick with whatever I know best. I knew that once I take him to the ground, just a matter of time until I drown him in there. Like Daniel Cormier said, there are levels to this game, and I'm climbing my levels, and it takes time to be on this level. I think you need to be a little, train a little bit more, and Jimmy is a very, very tough guy, but he needs a few more years of experience.
And you talked about the virtual reality training you did pre-fight. How much did that help in this fight, do you think?
Maybe 20%, I would say. I would say something like 20%, because, when you walk out and all those bright lights, in a virtual reality, they're not as bright as in real reality, So, but it did help me a little bit. I was able to kind of be on the stage, be in bright lights, be in front of everyone, just enjoy it, not care about anything, and trust in yourself, and as long as you did all the hard work, the results will show.
You mentioned in the post-fight interview, the goal of top 5. Jimmy, when he was coming in, said he wanted to use a win over you to break into the rankings. What's your next step on the way there? I mean, is it top 10? You want someone in the top 10 around there next?
I'm saying that because I know I am that kind of person, and I'm saying that because I know I belong there, even though I have some losses, but it's part of the game. But I know I belong there. I know some of the guys that fight at that level. I know I can fight them, and I know I can beat them too. So whatever it is, next, I know Mick Maynard, Dana White, they're in charge, But my task and what I'm going to be doing is getting ready for those fights.
Is there any added motivation when a guy comes in and says, "I want to use you to get into the rankings"?
Yeah, I kind of once I heard that, I was kind of like laughing a little bit, because I knew there are levels to this game, and I knew at that age of, I think, 23 or 24, there's no way he has half of experience I have, there's no way, because I've been training all over the world, and it takes time to reach this technical ability, and
On that, your experience versus his, do you think he's just like a bit of a young puppy at this stage, doesn't know his own strength of body, and he's just going to get better and better?
It's not like he doesn't know his strength. He's on the right track. He has a really good people behind him. He's on the right track. I like how strongly mental he is. Nice. Bell rings, trying to. He's kill or be killed, and guys like that, they reach high potential, So, and he's so young, and he's such a hard worker, and he's pretty big for the weight class. We will see him again. He'll be back. He's legit for sure.
Almost exactly 4 years in the UFC. How do you feel like your career's gone so far?
It's been ups and downs, but for me, the biggest down was when I heard what my wife was going through, and it's just like, it's weird. Like, I was training, I knew it's, everything is fine, but it's something like was missing from me, It's like I don't know. It was a rough time in my life, It was, I was just mentally, I was not there. Where now I feel like, I don't know. You see me before the fight. Mentally, I was there, and from now on, like, I'm gonna be like this,
What did you say to you after the fight?
Sorry?
You had a chance to speak to your wife after the fight?
No, not yet. She's just in a crowd with all my friends. I have some friends and family here from Toronto, and she's just with them. And I just wanted to tell her, just go enjoy, do your thing, and I'll find you guys later.
I mean, you said you didn't want to dwell too much on like what a loss might mean for your UFC career, but we got some post-fight comments about, you thought people had been counting you out. Why did you have that feeling that people were counting you out?
I just, because like sometimes when you lose, it's crazy how it goes, You win and everyone say, oh, you're the best, you're this, and then you slip, you have like a bad loss, and people just put you under the bus. And I don't think it's fair, Like, I started UFC, 4 wins, like, all submission, like, or finishes, whatever. And then you have like 1 or 2 losses against like world class, best of the best in the world, and I felt like, people saying, oh, you're not as good, but I'll prove you guys, I'll prove all you're wrong, I'll be back.
Well, I mean, people are going to be talking about this. Now it's going to go the other way again. People are going to be talking about this Peruvian necktie for a long time. Does this give you any bragging rights back? I don't know if you're going back to Extreme Couture to train, but does this give you bragging rights down there? Kind of challenge other guys to top that?
It's funny because we have another black belt world class in our gym, Vinny Magalhaes, and I kind of like always look at him and I kind of try to beat his finishes and stuff, even though we don't really talk about it. But I think deep down we both kind of like know it, and so I actually look up to him, how he grapples, and we train together, and he's kind of like one of the guys I looked up when it comes to submissions, yeah.
Do you think he'll break out a Peruvian necktie in the PFL? Is that a PFL run coming up?
Yeah, I wish. I hope he will, and there's only one way to find out. We will have to see. Tune in and watch.
Misha, just elaborating on what you said earlier, it seems a lot of times in the sport there's a short memory. When you're losing, that's all people can remember, but there's a lot of months and years of training between those fights.
Yeah.
Does that negative opinion ever weigh down on you? Do you feel that when people are saying, oh, he's shot, he's done, just because of a couple performances?
You know what? That actually helped me to train even more. When people are saying that, and people want to take picture with somebody who's famous or who just won the fight, I just look at all that and use it as a fuel and go train hard. And I know that one day, I'll be there too. I'm in no rush. I just want to put in the work, and the results will show.
Is it back now to defending your #1 ranking in that Creed virtual reality boxing game?
Yeah, but you know what? Right now, nobody even came close. Right now, I have 1,400 combos, and the second place is only 400. Yeah, so I'm like far ahead of everyone. But I'll tune in on Monday, see maybe somebody came close or something,